Hello and welcome to Rule the Waves 3, playing as Japan on Super Large ++ starting in 1890. We made it to episode 57. It's 1929 and it's gonna be more of the same as episode 56. That is start of year review, a little bit of design work, some war fighting. I don't know how many actual battles we'll have. Russians are broken, the Americans are just staying away. The British are just dancing around, trading battleships for corvettes and back and forth. Sometimes one side is ascendant, sometimes the other. So let's go into the start of year review. This is it. Pretty familiar by now for both me and you. 1929, almost done with the 30s, and we have soon played 40 years, so in 1 year we will have reached the midpoint actually, and how things have changed. So this one is, I think I stole one tech. I could go back and check which one it was, but I'm pretty sure I stole a tech, or I'm getting it mixed up with those where you get a research boost based on contact with the enemy. So anyway, it's 46 months now. Alliances are still firm. The other tensions are irrelevant. Yeah, that's it really. Great Britain stopped building docks once they had put me in second place. I can understand that. We don't really need anything bigger, but we are still going to build more whenever we have the money. Don't we don't really at the moment. No, but I'd like to get this up to 75 at least. Unrest is a comfortable 0, and we are building about a third of our capacity, so that's fine. Resource gain is down. It's been 700-800 for a couple of years now. Suddenly it drops to 403, so that's not impressive. Budget modifier is unaffected, so nothing in one. I'm keeping these tags. I don't really mean to be that mean, but it's I feel the game is clowning on me, so I can have a little fun in return. Yeah, here I have forgotten to change a couple of numbers. 3.300. So there you go. It's but the good news is that our build is now not considerably higher than upkeep, but at one point the upkeep was twice the build, so we have sort of shifted that, and then it was 1-1-5, and now it is 1-3-1, so it build is now higher, and I have restored my funds bank thingy, so that is good. So we're doing something right, and I think 2,000 on aircraft, 6,000-7,000 on research, a little bit on naval academy and intelligence. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, basically my economy is, we are past Russia, but if you look at Russia's actual resources, it's pretty bad compared to me, and I'm past Germany as well. So I'm being trolled again. Nothing really big going on here. We have 2 aircraft carriers, real aircraft carriers going at 25,000 tons. We are building actually 6 light cruiser. We are building 4 of the 8,000 ton, 2 of the original design and 2 of an updated design. We are building 2 10,000 ton light cruisers, and we are planning to build 2 more. We have built 6 good 2,000 ton destroyers. We have started on 6 more. Probably will do more series eventually. I'm building 2 subs now. That's kind of pointless, but yeah. We have the least number of subs. Now Russia is building 89 subs. So yes. Research was okay. Machinery, armor, hull, fire control, ship design, ASV. Why is AP there? I don't think we got any AP, it should be like this. We did get 19 quality -1 guns. So let's hope. And we stole a gun from the Chinese. Yes. Let's go back. Yeah. Why is this so incredibly hard? That's what we did. Was the 10-inch quality one? That's nice. Am I mixing up? Well, it's not that important. Waiting for oxygen torpedoes. It says 20 inches the last tech, but that's just because 19 is smaller than 20. Not a lot of stuff happened on the air front, but we have a fighter coming out now soon. Not really all that much better, but it's not worse, so fine. Maybe it's not poor. We're allowed to hope. Another scout is being developed. The medium bomber improved again and is now, I guess, pretty okay. It's good reliability, so yeah. That's about it, I think. So let's jump in. January. So I could maybe start the build now, but I would rather hold it off. I have mothballed all that I can. I mean, these old light cruisers can be mothballed eventually. I don't think mothballing any destroyers or anything would actually be very helpful. These should be on foreign station, but I seem to have enough coverage anyway, so maybe we'll just wait with that. This one from 1889, that one could be a pensioner, I guess. Oh, sorry, I need some tea. Briefly look at strength, but it looks like the Soviets have gone. They have a tiny fleet here, and they probably have a light cruiser on raiding here. Did I not send my... Yeah, I'm sending my battle cruisers now, and the Americans are going full stack here. I don't see how the Soviets are being... Oh wait, they have a very bad blockade modifier, right. Anyway, cruiser action, yeah, I don't... That will happen, or what? No. Raid on coastal shipping. Battleship. Yeah, now we are at this stage, so... Yeah. How is this realistic? Improved quad turrets. Northeast Asia. I mean, that wasn't especially cool. We had just designed them and wanted to actually have them match our battle cruisers in speed. But I guess that having 27 knot battleships was cool, so I don't know. Stuff happens. Can't say I like it, but stuff happens. Now the question is, should we order another batch of these bigger guys? Just hold off for now. Not building more CVs, are we? Let's look at the ship design. No, that low design BB 1927. Uzan. And what would I 29 Huzan look like. I still don't think we can get any diesels on it. No. And we would have to make it bigger, so that's not happening. I mean, we could of course just build it like this. Get some 18 inches on the water. Wouldn't be horrible, but Tsuragi Utsugi. I mean, I could actually make it smaller. That's an odd idea. Give it quads. But then I would have to make it quite a lot. Oh my god! 12, 16-inch gun battle cruiser. It's kind of crazy. It's getting quite expensive. It's almost 8,000, but it would absolutely kick ass. Then I could have one with... Could take this one to just 3. In the meantime, we can look at this. Don't think this is feasible at all. Upload is sort of filled up, so there isn't anything we can do in that regard. Either reloads we could do, but that is kind of not what we want to do. We just add this space just and maybe do it a 2. Or we could do unit machinery. I mean, yeah. No, let's not do that. Let's do that. I can add this to the briefing. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Nothing cruiser action on forces against the US. No. Yeah. Yes, that had to happen sooner or later. We got 13 low-sea points, and we cannot actually take anything in the Baltic. Seems like it's wrecking who has suffered the most damage, so we don't get any points for the US. So nothing of this is, of course, interesting. So it's general peace is concluded. Oh my god, we get this in addition. Oh, that was the separate piece. Oh my god, yes. So Hawaii, Midway, Eastern Aleutians, that's 7. Maine. Maine? What? Pick up Maine? That would be hilarious to have a a foothold on the North American East Coast, but Aleutians, Hawaii, Midway, that would be interesting. Or we could do... We could do this to have a better foothold in Hawaii, Midway, and the Eastern Aleutians. That sounds about right. Russia scrapped a lot of corvettes. Genius. Not quite now. And save. Let's do this. Okay, that was a big development. It was not completely unexpected. And I certainly need to do a war cabinet meeting. But let's, before we do the war cabinet meeting, we can just go through the stuff here. These can basically go on foreign station. What if I mothball these? Oh, they are of course not in my home area, so that won't do. Remain allied to Great Britain. That is cute. No? And if we quickly look at the almanac, now we are back to normal budget. And let's see if the same thing happens next time there is a war. But you can see that we now have 44,000. The US should be ahead. So they actually lost more budget than we did, because they are 5,000 base resources ahead of us, but they actually dipped below me for once. Wow, that was unexpected. Russia is back in its place with Italy and France. Great Britain is on par almost with me. That seems about right. They have about 41,000 and some. These guys have 38,000. The rest are far behind. Spain and China are just not interesting. Okay, we are deeply in negative territory here, so we will definitely need to send stuff back and move to station. Move northeast station. Move. These are working up. They can go to the med when they are finished working up. Move to... This time I will definitely try not to get into a war right away. Everyone's going home to refit these eventually also, but they have very low priority. So looking at this, we will reserve these guys. And we will reserve these guys. That one is repairing in Southeast Asia. I don't remember what happened to it. Was it condenser? Probably. So these can be moth. No. CVLs. What about my destroyers? I have my destroyers. Cannot be read. Clearly mothballing. Clearly into the mothball. All this. Air groups. Reserve those two. Should I take down intelligence on someone? I don't see why. There is very little to be saved, I think. Ships under construction. I have some destroyers almost done. More light cruisers coming out. I mean, 7,000. I can live with that until this this clears. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go make a short brief, so stay tuned. Yeah, war cabinet meeting. So these were my original goals. It was a surprise war, just as surprising as the German one, but I think I was mentally more prepared for it, and absolutely accepted it when it happened. My war goals was to militarily crush the Soviets as soon as they reached Southeast Asia and or Northeast Asia, and then wait for the US to join. I don't see that as a war goal at all. That shouldn't be there. But I just copied this from the original war cabinet, so I'm not changing that. That is, I'm not sure it's a strategy even. It's more of an observation. But the war goal was to gain victory points. I guess it ties into the US joining because the Russians have nothing, only the Baltic. So we wanted the US to join so we could take their possessions in the northern and central Pacific and use any leftover points for reparations. Yeah, so strategy ties into the war goals thing, but that is actually different. I wanted to weaken them militarily. That was a goal, but it was also a strategy. Oh, yeah. So crush them, kill them as they come in, and just keep attriting them. Keep killing them as they come in attrited from long voyages, both the US and Russia. But of course, the US never came over, so yeah, and a potential trade war using our merchant cruisers. So how did this go? Well, it turned into a quite long war. Yeah, it's behind my head here. Why do I do this? Now you can see it. 29, so almost, well, more than 4 years actually. Yeah. 4 years and some months. So the US joined, but somehow Great Britain declared war as well, and then we had that alliance. So when that happened, well, what were they going to do? The US and Russia versus Japan and Great Britain. Not easy for the AI. I completed all my war goals. Crushed the Soviets. I waited for the US to join. That actually happened, so it was almost inevitable. We got to grab both Midway and Hawaii and the Aleutians, so we have a minor presence in the north there as well. It's not big. Central Pacific is much more important. There were 2 leftover points. And we got 13 points because it was 9 from the general peace and it was 13 from the Russian collapse. But we can't claim anything in the Baltic. That's just too dumb. Even for me, that's too dumb because of Germany. Now, yeah, everything went according to plan, except maybe I tried to intercept the Russians in Southeast Asia, but nothing ever happened there. I even tried sending some of my capital ships to the Central Pacific for a couple of months there, but they only got attrited and nothing really happened. I did not have the money to build our merchant cruisers, and there was really no point. Much easier than to just have Great Britain blockade Russia. If Great Britain hadn't joined, this would have been very different. So, total of 15 points of reparations, better holdings in Central and Northern Pacific. There was a lot of whining about my budget modifier, but it was criminally low. Giving the US 30 budget modifier, wow. Surprise wars suck, but this one was closer to home and I was mentally prepared for it, so it sucked a lot less. Plus, I got to fight most of the war in my home territory. That's, of course, a big plus. And I was not bothered by planes or anything. The US Navy did come out occasionally, but they never take the leap. And this is a bit odd because they could base in Northern Europe using Russian bases, and they could base in Northeastern Asia using Russian bases. So I'm not sure why they won't do that. Anyway, that's the short form. So let's go back to the game. Yeah, so there are a few months left of this year. So let's just go forward until something interesting happens. We are unfortunately down to green here now. So despite my budget being okay-ish, I wouldn't really count on that remaining in effect. Oh my god, it's that bad. Wow. Okay. Didn't realize it was that bad. But there is a fix for this. Oh. We put these guys on foreign station. That helps a lot. One. And one. And one extra. So how many X? This one is getting scrapped. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I did it. It's gone now. Okay. These two are active. They can be reserved. Serve. This one is still repairing. Serve. Mothballed. Make the ancient a hero. Yeah, we need a war with Italy. Relatively calm, quite pedestrian, I would say. Maintenance versus construction is a lot better now. It's good to actually have a budget that's not very... no, of course, sir is the correct answer here. Because that gives me more money in the long run. Reduces enemy accuracy, that can't be wrong. I don't have money for that. Not that. So, must have 25 submarines building. I have 2 building already. That one. Build sub. To build 20 coastal sub. That is 2,000 money, so we can do that. Build sub. You. Is that not 25 building? That's 20. Did I not order 20 build sub? I don't know what happened. Okay. That's a lot of waste, but we'll live with it. This one can now move ship to... Mothball these guys. That is moving. On. Oh, Ahmed. That's nice. I think actually we'll end up being fairly competitive in light cruisers. 5-inch in dual purpose, but we are not gonna use those, so that's not a thing. Torpedo out to heavy. Speed is nothing exciting, but oh, it has an X before here. That's cool. I never noticed that. Is that new? Okay, so this has decent speed. It has better range. Has no maneuverability, but well, none of the other are very... and hopefully it's not poor, so let's do that one. Could do a fighter, but I think I will actually do the torpedo bomber because it's a D model, so if we can get some good range out of it. Nice. We like invading people. So that's nice. Yeah, we need to at least pay some attention to this. Hong Kong. Do you only have... Sure, I had built more base and more forts there, but apparently not. How much is my 95? I mean, it's not a lot, but it's certainly better than anyone else. So in Japan, it's just 10, so I should probably... No, I don't know. Sardinia, 3 destroyers. Like better armor? Yeah, we like better armor. Um, those guys can go to the med. I already. So, no? Did I do? Screen. 10th division, okay. Yeah, okay. As usual, the game stole a lot of speed from my destroyers. That has been a theme that's been really recurring. Very annoying, I would say. So we're definitely not building more Hishis. Not that I have the money anyway, so. Dive bombers, that's interesting. I know. Well, internal upheaval in Greece. We could take it over as a colony. We even have a couple of light cruisers there. Send the force. And hopefully it can push tension up a bit as well. Oh. Yes, that is actually ideal. I think in the long run that is even better for us. It's a very good place to have though, so yeah. Let's see. Location, roll star. Oh, let's do it. That airbase, Malta. Too bad though. Would be cool to have even more possessions in the med. It's been so quiet, I almost forgot we have anything there. 250. And Greece is... won't tell me. No. Very secret. And December, so... let's just move forward. Here we are. Oxygen fuel torpedoes, new torpedo bomber. Oh, it's a good times. But is it actually any better? Well, this is a D model. This has speed, max speed is not so relevant. Sustained speed is more relevant. And range, of course, this has the longest range by far. And maneuverability, I don't know. Toughness. Maneuverability and tough. Let's do this one. And save. Copy to 5. And before I forget, I will request a fighter with firepower and range. Otherwise, I will forget about it. And we will also build. That does put us back quite a bit. Well, it's now or never. Research, I think that's fine at 10%. I think these are mostly also fine. Naval guns. Can I have a quality 1 6-inch gun? Pretty please? All the 0 18-inch guns. No, but it looks like we have reached the end, my friends. So, yeah, 1930 it is, and I guess next episode will focus on the retrospective. We'll look over the last 5 to 10 years and plan ahead. So, stay tuned. Yeah, not much more to add there, but the end state is very different from the start state in episode 57 because the war is over and we grabbed a whole lot of possessions. So that's nice. Can't complain. I was getting tired of the war that wasn't a war, and now, fortunately, all the budget modifiers have reset, and I have a much smaller maintenance budget, but my construction is up pretty high, so the balance there is much better. So anyway, thanks for watching and see you again soon.